Welcome to my home garage. We can do a quick video. Rear brake pads 2019 to 2016, 2019 to 2026 BMW X5 with the M Sport brakes. We're just going to do a pad slap. We're not even going to replace the rotors, just quick and easy. You're looking at these brakes right here. It applies to all of them. This is just the specific ones that I'm doing, but they're all generally the same. So first thing you got to do is set your vehicle in lift mode, which is just hold the, if you have air suspension, you hold the button down for 7 seconds with yourself in the car with the key, release, and then the light will go out. That's how you know it's off, just like it is right now. Get yourself a scanner. Anything that can disable the parking brake on these vehicles. So all we're going to do is put the e-brake in service mode so that we can do the brake pads, because that's how the parking brake works on this vehicle. Shouldn't take too long. This is going to be probably a 5 to 10 minute video tops. It's just a very easy job, especially when you're not replacing the rotors. We're just going to go with a good pad slab just to get us through the winter, and then we'll get nice rotors on the second go around of it needing pads. Finally, here we are. Okay, we're going to activate workshop mode, so hit F1. Selected, manually release electronic using the parking brake button, and release the parking brake can be precisely acoustic in approximately 3 seconds. Okay, so let's try that now. Okay, so parking brake is now released. Hit continue. Next step, workshop mode is activated. Okay. Manually release the electromagnetic parking brake using the parking brake button, and release the electromagnetic parking brake can be perceived acoustically and requires approximately 3 seconds. Okay, it's a thing. Next step is workshop mode is activated. The image requires about 5 minutes of adjustment process, and setting the rate is audible. Brake pedal is not depressed. Fault has occurred. Okay, no, that didn't help at all. Okay, there must have been a code in the electronic parking brake because of me trying to do it without having the parking brake off. So here we go. Once you do it correctly, there you go, 5 seconds. Okay, we're in workshop mode. When the vehicle is detected over speed, the workshop mode is deactivated automatically. So we don't need to do anything. We can literally just exit this. So exit, exit, exit. So right now we're in workshop mode. We just exit out of here. Yes. Okay, done. So let's go do the vehicle now. We're just going to remove these 2 bolts for the caliper bracket. It's a 13 here and here. You can see that there's these rubber grommets over here and here. You're just going to release these so you have room to move your caliper up here. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second. All right, so this is what the bracket looks like. I didn't have to remove anything. I just left it as is. We're still going to have to push in the caliper, but for now, our brake pads are pretty much cooked and they're actually seized in the bracket. So I'm going to knock these pads out and I'll show you what it looks like. Now that I knocked the pads out, we're going to remove the actual bracket to clean it properly. So it's an E16. So I'll get that off now. There are the 2 bolts. You can see them. Here's our bracket out. We're going to tidy all that up, lubricate it. So we're going to clean in between here, make sure that there's no high spots. Lubricate these sliders, make sure they're all still good. And either reuse our old shims or new ones. And I'll show you what that looks like. I have tons of videos on servicing calipers and it's all the same. Honda, doesn't matter. It all looks the same. Go check it out. I have one just strictly on servicing Honda brake calipers. Exactly the same setup. Give me 1 second. Here we are. Everything's cleaned up. I even used degreaser, cleaned in between here. There's no high spots. Pull these out, wipe them down, get new pins, grease, Anti-seize, just put a little bit on here before you put your new shims on, all right? Okay, everything's completed here. We're gonna mount this back on and I'll let you know the torque spec. Okay, the bolts are on there, they're not tightened. The torque spec is 38 foot-pounds plus 90 degrees. You're technically supposed to replace these bolts, but I'm obviously not gonna replace these bolts. So we're just gonna put them back on because if you replace bolts, you're nuts. There we are. Brake pads can still slide in even with this piece here. Just got to get them on the angle. This one goes on the outside. That has the wear indicator, which is actually on the outside of the vehicle. And this style, the opening goes on the outside. Sorry, and this part goes on the inside. So that's how it goes. We're pressing our piston back in. That's why we had to have the parking brake in parking brake position, because there's a slider that goes all the way back. So now you can push this in by rotating this, or you can use like a C clamp and push it in. Okay, everything slid back down. Wipe everything down nice. Before you put your bolts on, see how they come with Loctite? Just if you reuse them, just add a dash of medium or low strength Loctite to the ends, just so it locks them in place. The torque value is only 22 foot-pounds, okay? So let me get that done now. All right, so everything's torqued. Sometimes you might have to hold the caliper slider. It's a 17, but it has to be like a really thin 17 to hold it, or you can use needle nose pliers or needle nose vice grips. Torque these to 22. Everything's clean. Finish the other side. I'll show you what you have to do for the sensor. Once I get to the other side, you're safe to put your wheel back on. This side's complete. I only put anti-seize on the outside rim. All right, so the only difference with this side is you have the actual pad indicator. So you're just gonna pry this box down here. I know it's probably gonna be tough because it looks like they put a wire in the way. So you just wanna pry both those tabs down. Give me a second, let me get a screwdriver, right? So you just wanna pry those tabs down. And there you are, and that'll release the box. And now just follow your sensor indicator, which is here. It goes this way, right here, here. And you can see it. It is the one on the inside. Okay. Holy moly. So it's this one right here. So you're just gonna spin it and it should drop like that. Unplug it and just route it out of here. So just find the way it comes out and I'll show you that. Let me I need my two hands. All right, so this is your inside pad. You get your sensor on there. You can see, look which way it's facing. It just literally clips in. And now this is going to go through the caliper. So as you put the caliper on, it's going to have to slide through here. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like when it's in. All right, so you can see the first one. Let me try to get a light in here. There's the first clip. Second clip's there. Third one's right there. Fourth one's there. But before you do that one, plug it in, slide it into the compartment and spin it and it locks, okay? Then you can close the lid, okay? So it's in now. You can close the lid. Make sure your two clips are in. Then you can put this one on, okay? So you're complete and this is how it's gonna look. See? That's it. Now you're done. Put the wheel on, torque the wheels. Go for a drive, use your handbrake, and it should recalibrate on its own. I gotta go pick up my kids from school, so thankfully I finished this just in time.